sit or stand, whatever you want.
First, I'd like to thank, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl for extending the invitation to us, the opportunity to come compete in such an amazing city and iconic venue speaks for itself. The hospitality we've received since we've got here, the events that has been associated with the bowl game, preparation, everything's been first class, and I commend these guys totally for that. We're really just looking forward to, we're really excited about being able to go out and compete tomorrow, one last time in this 2024 year. So thank you.
Anyone has any questions, please raise your hand. We'll walk around the mic.
Yeah, I'll direct this one to pretty much anybody who wants to kind of answer. Obviously, what has the last kind of month of practice been like? Shifting gears from the regular season, then getting some extra practice time, and then when the UConn prep began, I guess from your guys' perspective, just what is that stretch of practices kind of been like?
Yeah, I guess I can take that. Having Coach Kitchens as a tight end coach, for 2 years now, and some change, it's been, great and wonderful, and, he knows knowledge on both sides of the ball. And then, when the end of the season came, everyone was a little, down after the NC State game, but knowing that we got another opportunity to play was, great for us, and Coach Kitchens, stepping into to that head coach role, everyone's pretty excited, but he's always instilled into us, the tight ends, toughness of the game. And if you can bring toughness to the game, then other things will follow. So the last couple of weeks have just been being built on toughness and really just hammering that into us. And I think it's been paying off pretty well. But everyone's pretty pumped for this game to come, and we've all been pretty excited for all of the competition that we do in practice and everything. So we're all pretty pumped for the game.
Hey guys, I had a question for JJ and Cope. Y'all were around 2 years ago when you played in San Diego at the Holiday Bowl. That was the Petco Park Baseball Stadium. Now you're playing the baseball stadium tomorrow. What are the challenges of getting ready to play a football game in a Major League Baseball stadium? What do you remember about San Diego? Have you been able to get out there and test the field, here? That whole situation, if both of you can answer.
I think it's pretty cool just because this is an amazing venue. I've always been a fan of baseball, and Fenway Park is such a historic place. And, when you play on a baseball field, it is definitely different. They have to transform the field, but I think like San Diego did, they did a good job getting the field ready. And we were allowed to come out here yesterday and see what the field was, feel the ground, feel around the area. So I'm excited for the game. I think this is a great place to have a great football game. So.
Yeah, and really just, it's another football game. It's just another opportunity, and the background, Boston, it's been incredible. So we're all pumped to play here. Like what JJ was saying, it's super historic. I think one of the oldest baseball stadiums. So super, we're all super grateful for another opportunity, and again, just to go out there and have some fun.
I'm going to go Alijah and Amare on this one. Athletes will go anywhere to find fuel. You guys were here 5 weeks ago. Didn't go very well. It was one of the worst performances in quite a while that you guys have had. Do you get any fuel from that, or do you just forget that, detach it, has no bearing on this at all?
Could you repeat the question?
You guys were here 5 weeks ago against BC.
Oh, right.
And it didn't go 41-7 with like 5 minutes left. And can you get fuel from that, or is that overstated? Because I know a lot of athletes will take fuel from anywhere they can.
Yeah, well, I'll speak for me personally. No, we don't really get fuel from that game. We're kind of focused on UConn and been worried about ourselves. So me personally, I don't have any fuel from BC, but I always think a little as a player and a competitor, reminding and seeing, practicing at BC. But for me personally, I don't have any fuel from that game. We're just focused on UConn and our team.
I would have to say the same. We're not really worried about the 5 weeks ago, the loss that we took 5 weeks ago. More so just worried about UConn and the next steps that we have to take as a team. So I'll have to say that. Yeah.
If I could expand on that too, like 5 weeks ago has nothing to do with anything dealing with tomorrow. And, you know, these guys have done a tremendous job of just trying to get better each and every day, and they've done that. And, you know, they're only worried about this press conference right now. And then after this, we'll start worrying about meetings tonight. And when we wake up in the morning, we'll be worried about UConn. So BC and UConn has nothing to do with each other.
This is a question for Coach Kitchens. Going into this game, obviously playing on a baseball field, the dimensions are a little bit weird. You're going to be having benches on the same side, kind of running hockey-style line changes. How does that affect you? What does your preparation look like going into this different format of subbing on and off?
Yeah, we've definitely been, you know, practicing that during the course of these last couple of weeks. Coach Moore and I, he's never been a part of this either, so we kind of laughing about it a little bit, but I never heard it equate to the hockey style, but I kind of like that. It's kind of fitting, right? The Bruins are pretty big here.
And JJ, this is the first chance we've had to talk to you guys since a lot of stuff has happened. What have sort of the last 4 weeks been like for you with Matt and all the changes and then getting ready for a bowl game? Like sort of like you guys have been through enough this season already, but emotionally, what's the last 4 weeks and month been like just to go through as a player and as a student?
Yeah, it's definitely been challenging. I think this past season was probably one of the most mentally challenging seasons I've had since I've been here. You know, we've had a lot of things go wrong off the field and on the field, but you know, the past 4 weeks, Coach Kitchens has really instilled in us, be where your feet are. And I feel like I've been able to take that day by day, on and off the field. And at the end of the day, you know, we're here to play one more football game. I know this is my last football game in Tar Heel uniform, so I'm gonna go out there and give it my all and just compete, and I'm just excited to be here.
Hi, Coach. Will you have any communication with Bill Belichick going into the game tomorrow, back and forth, anything at all?
I talk to Coach every day, but not during the game and stuff like that. He understands we have a job to do here.
This was 4 players. When Coach Kitchens was named interim head coach, how much did it help that such a familiar voice, someone who's had some unique experience that he has, was going to lead you the rest of the way in a football sense when so much other stuff was going on around that could have been distracting? And how did he kind of keep you guys focused on this task and not about everything, and kind of keep you away from everything else?
Yeah, man, I can speak on that. You know, again, just with him being, you know, the tight ends coach for so long, it's definitely the tight ends had a better perspective about everything, you know, going on. So, you know, exactly, you know, what Coach Kitchen says, just being where your feet are with, you know, like with everything with Tylee, with Coach Brown, it's just like, you know, control what you can control. And if it's out of your control, you know, you just gotta be where your feet are. If you're in meetings, you're in meetings. You know, if you're in, you know, Boston, have a good time, you know, that's exactly what you're doing. So you can't really focus on what's, you know, to come in a week or two when, you know, you got stuff to handle, you know, during that day or that week. So, but really just honing in on being where your feet are, because, you know, there could be a lot of times during the season or even after the season with, you know, the head coaching change and everything like that where everyone could spiral. But, you know, he just, you know, we had a team meeting and, you know, just telling us you got to be where your feet are no matter what. So.
Very quickly, for Alijah and Amare, you guys are on defense. He wasn't obviously your position coach. How did you guys receive it that he was the guy, and what were some of the early things that he did that made you guys uber focused on this task and not worrying about all the other stuff that was going on?
I mean, kind of the same thing we've all said, like just being where your feet are and not really focusing on what's the outside noise, just like how much noise is being made on the outside, just where on and on into the inside, and focus on us, like focusing on your brothers, your team, the next task that's at hand, and just what he brought to the table, just toughness. Like he continues to talk about toughness, competing, winning your one-on-one battles, and just being where your feet are and worried about today, worried about tomorrow or the next day.
Between, you know, going back the last 4 or 5 weeks and all that's gone on, Is there been any, added buzz to the campus at all? Either, being in the bowl game, having Freddie take over, and also the thought of Coach Belichick coming aboard. If you guys get a sense, of any extra pump, exhilaration, anything about the program going forward?
I'll speak on that. Obviously, coming with a great coach like Coach Belichick himself, there's going to be buzz, there's going to be hype. But as a team, I feel like as a unit, behind Coach Kitchens, we're all focused on this game and winning this game. So that's kind of outside noise. I feel like speaking for the team. So like outside noise, we're just focused on winning.
Yeah, and just, like when we figured out, all right, we're going to a bowl, we don't know which one, but Coach Kitchens was really saying, just look at the person to your left, look at the person to your right. That's who you got. If the coach wants to leave, you can leave. If the player wants to leave, you can leave. But we know that we have a job to do, and that's going to be coming. The Fenway Bowl, and that's all we were focused about was one-on-one battles, competition, being tough, and the person on your right and the person on your left, and that was all it. So
We'll take one more question for UNC, and then we'll bring UConn out.
Yeah, this is for anybody. This game sort of marks the end of an era, and maybe the start of a new era. So can you talk about what it means to you guys, and do you feel like it's a new era about to start?
Yeah, definitely gonna be a new era. This game will show, or we can take things from this game going forward. Me being the only person returning, that's gonna be with the new staff. This game will definitely show some of the younger players, some of the players that we have, what they can do going into next year. But like I said again, we're all focused on winning this game and competing in this game, and we've been focused on this game the last month. So that's been a big thing for us. Yeah.
I know it's going to be somewhat of a new era, but at the end of the day, I don't think any of us would be here without Coach Brown, the things he's done for the program. I know he's helped me out a lot personally, and when he took this job, his goal was to get UNC back on that stage, and I think he did his job to perfection. So without him, none of us would be here. So I feel like he's the reason why we're all here. I just want to put that out there.
I would second that sentiment that JJ said. Coach Brown did a lot of good things for the University of North Carolina and Tar Heels, all over the country. We've got thousands and thousands, but really this bowl game is more about, these guys that are never going to wear a Carolina uniform again, and making sure these guys go out with the best, feeling possible about the program. They left the program in a better spot than when they first got here. So these guys have won a lot of football games for Carolina, and for them to have a part in the new beginning, I think it's special. But again, we've got a game tomorrow to kind of send these guys out on the right path.
Thank you so much. We'll bring out UConn now.
Appreciate it.